Portfolios in Microsoft Planner promise one dashboard to manage all of your plans. But after I tried using it, I found 7 reasons that it might not be worth your time. If you're managing multiple plans across different projects, then it can be hard to keep track of everything. With portfolios in Microsoft Planner, we can group our plans into one dashboard and track progress, as well as tasks on a timeline view. It sounds promising, right? Today, I will show you how to set up portfolios, what's missing, and why it might not be worth your time. Hi, I'm Amy. Let's nerd out. To access portfolios, you need to have a Project Plan 3 or Project Plan 5 license. And today, I will be demonstrating on the Project Plan 3 license. To create a portfolio, we need to navigate to Planner. So we can do this directly within the Teams app, or you can navigate to planner.cloud.microsoft. And then from here, we can go to My Portfolios and then go New Portfolio at the top. So here we can give our portfolio a name. And when we create a portfolio, we are thinking about grouping our plans by categories. So the name might be a project or an area within your organization. And at Amy's Animal Shop, we are going to create a portfolio to manage all of our online puppy course plans within Microsoft Planner. Next, we have the ability to add this portfolio to a group. We're going to skip this for now, and I'll show you how we can do this later. But I did want to note that what we select here is not going to limit the plans that we can add to the portfolio. So now we can go and create. So here is our portfolio, and we can now add a plan. If you have a ton of plans here, then you can use the search bar to search for the plans that you would like to add. We will add this puppy training level 1 course. Next, we are going to be prompted to create a connection, which is essentially creating that Power Automate flow for that plan to this portfolio and roadmap connector. And what you're looking for here is this little green check mark, which just lets you know that you're good to go. If you don't see this, then you'll just need to click here and sign into your account to approve the connection. Once that's in, we can then go and connect. So we can see that that plan has been added to the portfolio, and we can now add new plans and repeat that process, which leads us to the first downside of the portfolio feature, which is that we are only able to add premium plans to portfolios. So if you have basic plans, they are not going to show up here. But if you do want to manage multiple basic planner plans, then drop a comment below as I do have an alternative for you. So let's go and select this plan and we will complete that connection. We can see that our plans are coming together in our portfolio, and we have the plan name, the plan owner or the project manager, progress, the start date, and the end date have all synced into portfolios via that Power Automate flow. So that sounds promising. But the second downside to this portfolios feature is the status column, which needs to be manually updated by you. So this does not eliminate the need to manually switch between your plans because you still need to check on those and then you need to update the status here. So now that we have set up our plans in our portfolio, we can head over to the roadmap view. And for each plan that's in your portfolio, you will get a row on this timeline chart so that you can view all of the tasks on one timeline. So let's select this plan and then we can go update items. And here, what I would recommend doing is selecting these top level tasks, as that is just going to create a simplified view. Otherwise, it can get quite cluttered. Let's now go and update. And then if we'll just close out of here and we will see that our tasks have been added to the timeline. And then you can repeat that process for all of the plans within your roadmap, and you'll get that nice timeline view of all of your high level tasks. However, this leads us to the third downside of the portfolio feature, because similar to the plans status, we have to update each of these task status cards individually. They do not sync with the plan themselves. And for example, this identify task right here in the puppy training level 1 course is actually complete. We'll see that that task is completed here, and there is no indication on this roadmap that that task has already been completed. So this does not eliminate the need to still toggle back and forth and continue to update all of the tasks within your portfolio. Once all of your tasks are in there, we can then add key dates to the roadmap. So a key date could be like a goal or a major deadline that you want to visibly see on your timeline. We'll just update this date to the end of the month. And then, similar to everything else, we have to manually update the status. So we can see that that does actually create a nice visual, but it also leads us to the fourth downside of the portfolios feature. So the key dates are very similar to goals within our individual plans. Here we have a high level goal, we have a status, as well as an end date and the associated tasks. So it would be really beneficial if we only had to update this status once and that these goals were linked to the key dates within this portfolios feature. Back in the roadmap view, we are able to filter all of our plans for project managers. So we have our project name here, and we have our project managers below. In this case, I'm the project manager on all of these plans. But if you had multiple managers, then you could filter the view and just view their plans. However, this leads us to the fifth downside because there is no way to view the task assignment by team members on our individual tasks. And I know that this is a highly requested feature. And if you are working with just basic plans, I do have a workaround for you. So again, drop that comment below and let me know if you would like me to do that video. A quick pause in today's video to say that my ebook, Navigating Microsoft Passages, is available for free for you to download. Inside, you will find a treasure map to help you navigate Microsoft 365 apps with confidence so that you can increase your productivity and efficiency and reclaim your time for meaningful work. I will include a link at the end of this tutorial as well as in the description of this one. So be sure to check it out and grab your copy today. Now, you might be wondering what happens if dates change within this plan. And so what we can do is we can click on the plan and there is this refresh button here, which will then refresh that connection and update all of your items. However, that leads us to the sixth downside of this portfolios feature, because if you have 20 plans here, then you're going to need to manually refresh each plan within your portfolio. There's no refresh all button at the top. If you want to continue using this feature, then you might want to share it with a team member. We can go up to this share icon here. Now, portfolios are shared via a 365 group, which is a SharePoint site or a Microsoft team. So we could create a new group here, or you can add it to an existing group. If you select the dropdown, then you will see all of your Microsoft teams there. So I'm just going to select this online dog training team. Now, all of the members on that team are going to be able to view this portfolio. However, the ability to edit the portfolio is going to depend on their planner license. So in order to edit, they need to either have that Planner 3 or Planner 5 license that I noted at the beginning of the tutorial. If they just have the basic version of Planner, then they'll be able to view the progress and all of the updates that you make to it, but they're not actually able to edit the portfolio itself. So let's now go and add this. The seventh downside is that in the Microsoft 365 roadmap, there are no new updates coming for this portfolio feature. The only thing that I'm able to find is the release of that portfolio feature in November of 2024. Overall, this feature has so much potential. And as we have seen, there are some things that do automatically feed over, even if we do have to hit that refresh button, such as the tasks and their dates and the progress on the plan view. But there are so many things that need to be manually updated, and it may actually be more effort than it's actually worth. but the outcome of this feature or the value that it provides will depend on your own circumstances and your unique situation. So, as soon as updates come for this feature, I will be sure to release a new video. But in the meantime, if you do want to learn more about the difference between Planner and Planner Premium, then you can check out this video here.